Hello everyone. So today in this video we will be solving capital budgeting question. The question that is here is the following is the cost of setting up a slippers manufacturing. So what we have to do is and what data is given in this question is if rupees 100 crore is financed from equity, that is cost of equity at the rate 18%, and the rest by taking a term loan from bank, that is at the rate at 9.25. If the installed capacity of the plant is 21 crores pair and the estimated selling price per pair of slipper is rupees 16, the capacity utilization for the first year 60%, second year 70%, and third year 80%, and after that the raw material cost is 60% of sales, packaging cost is 1.5% of raw material cost, labor is 9% of sales, and the factory supervision expenses are estimated as rupees 4.5 crores very first year, and thereafter it would increase by 0.75 crores every year. And the administrative salaries and other expenses are estimated at 7.5 crores for first year, and it would increase by 0.5 crores every year. The selling expense here are 0.005 of units sold. The cost of depreciable asset is 142.5 crores, and depreciation is to be provided on straight line method, assuming uh, assuming that scrap value at the end of the project life would be nil. The income would be totally exempted from tax, and the project is expected to have a life of 5 years. So we have to compute cash flow for 5 years and net present value and IRR for the investment project, and we also have to write a VBA coding program to model the discounted payback period. And advise if the company should undertake the investment project, also build the scenario of in your analysis and advice. This will do in the next video. We will be solving the input and processing and output sheet first. So in the input sheet, before writing and calculating the question here, we'll change the cells of the few item for which we will be doing referencing in our processing sheet. So we'll change the name of total project cost as project cost. So you'll go here where the cell name is given and rename it. Same with depreciable asset, write the value 142.50 and change the name by clicking on that and renaming the name. Now moving on, for the equity share capital, we'll write the equity share capital that has been provided in the question, that is 100. And for the term loans and bank, we'll first rename it as debt, and we'll write the figure that is given in the question, that is 62.5. And after that, for the total, we'll use the sum function that will be equals to sum, and we'll select bracket open, and we'll select the cell that is equity share capital plus debt. We'll close the bracket and then enter. Select, close, and enter. Then moving to the next part, that is cost of capital. We have to write equity share capital. The amount is 100 and the rate that is given in the question is 18%. We'll change the rate name, cell name as equity. And then for the term bank loan, the price is 62.50 and the rate that is given in the question is 9.25%, and we will rename it as cost of debt. Further in this video you will know why we are renaming it. Now for the calculation of weighted average cost, we'll use the formula that is equals to, open your bracket, select your equity share capital, that is F21 amount, and multiplied it with equity rate that is given to us 18% plus same debt and multiply it with the rate. Then total, close the bracket and divide it by the project cost that we had renamed earlier. So we'll select that cell, and this is how we will calculate our weighted average cost. So moving to further in the sheet, that is assumptions. We'll write the assumptions here. Installed capacity, we are given 21 crores pair, and selling price per uh, pair of the slippers, that is 16. We'll rename it as selling price, and for 21 we'll rename the cell as capacity. Now further, for the raw material, packaging, labor cost, we'll have to install spin buttons further in this question, and spin buttons are activated only in numeric form, not with the percentage and decimals. So I'll write the numbers here, and then we'll calculate the cost or material cost at everything according to this. So we'll write it 60, 15, 9, 45, 75, 75, and then now we'll calculate it. If I want to convert this 60 into 60 percentage, that is given in the question, raw material cost is 60%. So we'll divide, select equals to, we'll select this E43 cell and divide it by 100, we'll get at 60%. In the same way, we'll change the name also, as raw material cost of the cell, and in the question it is given 60% of what, that is sales. Same will do with the packaging. For 15 to convert it in 1.5, that is given in the question, we'll divide it by 1000, rename it as packaging cost, and 1.5% of what, raw material cost. These figures have been given in the question already. We are just installing it and doing it. For the labor cost, again we have to change 9. The question is given as 9%, so we'll change this 9 is into percentage divided by 100, and labor cost is 9% of sales. Don't forget to rename the cells that is required, that is for labor cost, packaging cost, raw material, selling prices, installed capacity cost. Now for factory supervision expense. So for the first year, it has been 4.50. So will equals to, select E46 divided by 10, will get at 4.5 for the first year. This has been given, and for next year it would be increased by 0.75. So again equals to, select the cell that is E47 divided by 100, will get 0.75, and right, this will increase every year, and rename this as a factory expense increase, and for the above, rename it as factory expense. Here I'll be using short terms like expense for EXP, and increase with INC. Now moving to administrative salaries and other expenses, it will again will be, select the cell that is equals to E48 divided by 10, will get our answer 7.5 for the first year it is, and for the next year it would be increasing by 0.5. So E49 divided by 10, this will increase every year, and again rename these two as, first is admin cost, I have renamed it, and second admin expense increase. First is admin expense, and then admin expense increase. Then for the selling expenses that has been given in the question, that is 0.005. So we'll have to calculate this, convert this 5 into percentage, so divided by 1000, and we'll get our selling expense. increase every year. And selling expense, select the cell E50 divided by 1000, we'll get that answer. And this is selling expense this per unit sold. Now in the question, it has been provided that depreciation is to be provided on straight line basis, and assuming that depreciation what is given to us is 28.5, and we'll rename it as debt. Now for the project estimated life, it is given 5 years, and we'll rename it as project life. Now moving to our capacity utilization, this has been already given in the question, that is for first year it will be 60%, 70%, and third year and after that it will be 80%. So we'll write the numbers here, 60%, and also we'll rename each cell as a first year, second year, and third year. Rename it as second year, and then third year. Now this is the input sheet where we have taken all the data that has been provided us in the question. Just a quick change, I'll be changing this color as white. Now we'll move to the processing sheet. Now here you just have to type equals to, like for the first year we have already given the name to our cell, so equals to first year, then tab, and you'll get your tab. Click on a tab button, enter your tab button, and then enter. So your answer will come. So after third year, for fourth and fifth year it will be same, so I'll be dragging the cell till fifth year to get the answer. Now for the sales, the formula is capacity utilization into capacity. So I'll be selecting the cell, and we have already given the name for the capacity, so into capacity, tab, and enter, and then drag it throughout your fifth year, so you'll get your answer. Same in all way, you have to write the formula and then drag it till fifth year to get your answer. So for sales again, it will be sales into selling price, so just type selling. Your dialog drop down list will appear, then select the drop down point like selling price, tab, and enter. You'll get your answer. Same with the raw material cost. It is given that raw material at sales, so E10 into raw material cost, we have already given the name to it, and then drag it throughout there. Same with the packaging material. It has been given at raw material, so we'll select E13 into packaging cost, drag it. For labor cost, it's E10 into labor cost. Now for the factory supervision expense, for the first year we have given 4.5 as the first year, and thereafter it would increased by 0.75. So for second year we'll write equals to, and then select the E16 for the first year, and then expense plus करेंगे which has been increasing. So we have already renamed that expenses factory expense increase. We'll tab that and enter, and then drag it from the second year till fifth year. Same with the administrative expense. For the first year it has been given to us 7.5, and for the second year we'll be selecting E17 cell plus administrative expense increase, and then drag it throughout the year. Now for the total, we'll use sum function, so equals to sum, and select all your cost, raw material, packaging, labor, and you'll get your total cost. Then again drag it till fifth year. Now we will be calculating gross profit. That will be sales minus total. So simply just select the cells, that is E10 minus E20, and drag it through 5 years. Your gross profit has been calculated. For depreciation, just equal to and dep we have renamed there, and drag it. Now we have to calculate profit before interest and tax. So for this, your gross profit minus your depreciation that has been calculated, and then again drag it till fifth year. You'll get your answer. Simply in this output processing sheet, you have to write the formulas and just drag it. Now for the term loan, we'll calculate interest on term loan by the formula debt into cost of debt. And once we get this 5.78, we'll drag it till fifth year. This will be same across all the 5 years. And for calculating profit before tax, we will be simply selecting equals to E26, that is profit before interest and tax, and then we'll subtract the tax, that is E29 cell, and then enter and drag it. Now in the question it has been provided that no tax is implemented here, so profit after tax will be same as profit before tax. So we'll just refer the cell here and drag. Now the net cash accrual is same as your gross profit, so we'll select that gross profit cell and drag it. Now we'll be calculating the cash flows from project. So for the year 0 means the output, so the project cost that has been given to us will output, this will be in negative, so before selecting the text will equals to minus project cost. And for the next year we will be selecting next net accrual cash, so just select and drag. Moving to our next sheet, that is output sheet. Here we'll just copy, give the cell reference equals to, and we'll give the cell reference from processing sheet, which we have already calculated cash flow from project, and then enter for the first year, and then again for the first 0 the output cost, and then first year, and then drag it. Now for the NPV, we'll use the inbuilt function from Excel, that is equals to NPV. Here the weighted average cost which we have calculated in our input sheet, will write that till 4 decimal points, so that is a rate, that is 0.1463. And basically the formula for NPV is input minus output. So because we have our output in negative, and to subtract it we have given it in a different form, selecting G6 to K6 at 1 and then bracket close plus F6. For IRR you just have to use the formula IRR and then select from F6 till K6. Now for the NPV, for the payback period, in the question we have given to use the VBA code. So we'll go to our developer, Visual Basics, and we'll write the code here, the function payback period. Then we'll mention all the dimensions here and count of number of years. We'll write the code here for the payback period. Be very careful about the spellings and the commas, whatever we are using. So dim cash flows 25 is double, demure as integer. And we'll give the cell references from where to take data and for where to put. Cash flow is equals to user range dot cells 1 comma I dot value, next I, and then sum equals to 0 for I is equals to 1 to n, sum is equals to sum plus cash flows I, and if sum is greater equals to 0, then years is equals to I. So this is the code for the payback period which have to memorize. So after that we'll go to our Excel file for the payback period equals to payback period, and then we'll select our cell and enter. We'll get our answer. That is for all this video. Thank you.